Hey, Enhancement Shaman Nation, welcome back to a brand new video. So for today one, as promised in previous, we are going straight into the solo shuffle, and of course it's going to be the voiceover as I did in previous, since every single one of you have liked it much better, and now that I'm kinda used to it, I'm actually liking it as well, because not only that it's a little bit easier to navigate the video, but it's also good for me because I can see my mistakes and I learn from them, so it's definitely gonna improve my skills even more, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna help you as well. So for today one, as you know from the previous video, I have finally swapped to this lava lash / ascendance build, and we're going to test it out in the solo shuffle. So this is the gear, pretty much the same one as I did in previous one, with few items swapped to go for the Versa Mastery, and others are Haste Versa, because that's what I think is the best right now for this Elementalist build, and as most of Shamans agree with me, which I have checked. And these are the talents that I'm gonna be running. Again, I did explanation of every single one of them in a previous video, so if you are curious on that, make sure to check it out. But for this one, right side is almost completely same. Only thing is that I'm not using refreshing waters. As you know, my policy for solo shuffles, I'm not going for self-heal spec anymore, so this is the one. Pretty much left side is same one as in Stormstrike build, just the right side is changed, of course with the ascendance and stuff like that. And unlike the previous video where I presented this lava lash spec, I went from refreshing waters one talent into static accumulation, so that's the key difference. And for this I'm running the thunder charge 100%. So yeah, that's the idea behind this spec, and pretty much what I have used in this video, and I can tell you that things are getting much better. I'm actually getting more wins and more kills in solo shuffles. So far so good, so yeah, I'm satisfied with this spec and I will be continuing to play in it. So without any further ado, let's jump into the solo shuffle. So here we are in the first game. As you could see, I'm playing with a Windwalker, Mistweaver Monk and the Elemental Shaman versus Mage, Resto Druid and Arms Warrior. So the idea here was to wait the Mage and of course attack him. So I tried to uncover him with the Root Totem, but it didn't work. So here they come out and the game is starting. I am receiving some good amount of damage from Mage, since their openers are crazy, so I used my Grounding Totem there immediately. Then I jumped on him, and moment I used Ancestral Guidance, he pretty much knocked me over, so it was kinda useless. And here we got some very good damage, mostly from the my partner, Elemental Shaman, and he survived by Ice Blocking. So here he's out of Ice Block, tried to Polymorph, I interrupted him, and here we go for some more crazy damage, and I decided to pop my Ascendance here, and of course Thunder Charge to start recovering its CD. And here Mage would literally be dead if I just noticed the Druid was casting the heal, but I was so focused on pressing my fighting buttons to finish the Mage, and I actually dropped the victory there, which was very unfortunate. If I only interrupted that heal, he would be dead for sure, but anyway, we still didn't either lost, so it's good. So here I was a little bit dumb. I was trying to press my X, and for some unknown reason I was pressing the keybind the near X, so I actually couldn't use my static field totem, so I was just standing there like a fool. Anyway, that didn't work because Druid Cyclone then knocked me over, and here I am back up, fighting the Mage once again, interrupting his Polymorph. We are going crazy, and he uses his second Ice Block, so he was so close to that. Anyway, Warrior here gets knocked out, and I see a chance to try to kill him because he was far away from his partners, but he disarmed me, so I just couldn't do anything, and I went back up. We went for a Mage once again, and pretty much he died quite easily because Monk did some good CC on Druid, so yeah. First game, first victory, I'm very satisfied with it. I had a few fails there, but it was okay. The next games are just getting better. Off to the next one. So here we are for the second game. I got switched into the team with the Druid and Mage, and of course we are going for the Ellie here because that's the only reasonable solution. So we go pretty good on the Elemental Shaman while we are doing the perfect control on his healer, And as you can see, even through the best defensive in the game, Astral Shift, Shaman nearly died, and that cocoon from Monk actually saved him. So yeah, that would be a perfect kill for the beginning, but it was okay since they burned most of their defensive cooldowns and I still have my ascendance and pretty much everything, so it's totally fine. So here I see the Shaman at 50% HP and Monk there trying to play a hero in DPS, so I decided to go ascendance and just try to nuke him. So as you can see, spamming the wind strikes, gaining that Maelstrom stacks, spamming the elemental blast in between, and guess what? The Shaman died so easy, so yeah. Unlike the millions fails in the first game, this one was so perfect that it couldn't be better, so yeah, off to a third game. So here we are for the third game. When I saw this combo, I pretty much wanted to leave, or should I say cry, to generate ranged DPSers in this Blade's Edge arena versus to generate melees. Like, it's so bad combo, but it is what it is. Anyway, here the idea was to go for mage and CC the elemental shaman, because mages are much easier to kill, and yet we can't let the shaman just walk like that because he would murder us. So here I saw an interesting opportunity and I wanted to try to go for the monk, but he survived with cocoon. Then we swapped on a mage where warrior did pretty decent damage, but I couldn't purge the time thing from mage, and he actually survived there, and he might be dead if I managed to purge that because he wasn't going for the ice block. Anyway, we tried with some CC on Monk, but it was a very bad timing for this, so we actually did nothing with it. And here I'm going back for the mage. I actually popped my defensive and my ascendance, and also my grounding, because I was at the open versus two casters that wasn't being CC'd. So I just was like, let's try to get the kill here, because somebody's gonna be dead very quickly. Just look at the HP of both of us, the warrior and me. This monk is even helping them in damage, so as you could see, nothing could be done there. Maybe a little bit earlier grounding, but it was on global CD, which should change for the totems on shaman for sure. Anyway, I got screwed in there, so here we are going for the fourth game. So here we are for the fourth game. I'm back to play with a mage again, but this time with the warrior, and we are going for the ally, just as in first one. So they did some decent CC on me, should I say. Monk is obviously playing his damaging game, and here we go on the mage. Druid, I thought Druid was trying to cyclone me, but he haven't. Warrior, and yeah, this game they decided to go for me, and Mage did perfect throw away, so he actually saved me and saved me from using any of my defensives. So they kinda swap on Mage, and Mage got saved by the ice block, which was a very close call, but yeah, he did good. Anyway, Shaman was going in some weird directions, so I kinda thought this was a good idea for using my ascendance, since he was losing his healer, and pretty much he got saved by the warrior here, otherwise he would be dead 100%, and warrior saw me bursting insanely, so he decided to disarm me. So after disarm, I'm obviously still standing on Ele, and while he was trying to kite us away, I stopped him with the static field totem. So here he was low HP, and if warrior didn't stun me, my elemental blast would kill him 100%, but fortunately for us, Mage managed to finish him, so we actually got the victory there, so pretty good. And of course, Sham is calling us lucky, yeah, of course. Anyway, on to the fifth game. Beginning of a fifth game, Shaman and I have a little friendly fight. He was calling me bad, I was calling him pretty much, and here we started, me trying to hex the monk and mage polymorphing me, and we are going straight for the mage, and he actually almost died, and he ice blocked, and I tried to move monk away, but I haven't really seen that ice block, and I kinda failed there, so after block I decided to go straight for ascendance, but the monk prevented it. While seeing me going ascendance, he cocooned him straight, so I decided to turn on to the monk and actually try to kill him. But in meantime, our shaman dies, because guess what, he didn't use any of his defensive cooldown, and he dared to call me a bad and lucky and stuff like that before, so the only reasonable thing was to call him a noob. So here we go for a 6th game, time to whoop his ass, and it's once again that sick combo with Mage and Ellie. Anyway, and we are in the final in the 6th game. It's once again versus this shitty combo, Mage and Elemental, and I actually caught Mage very well with the Root Totem, so we are going for a Mage. I purged his time thing immediately, obviously used my Wolf and just trying to get the kill, but my HP is getting pretty low as well. So here Warrior did a good combo and my damage of course, and we pretty good down the mage. Anyway, while I was climbing up to try to CC the druid, I actually almost got killed, so it was actually good to move away from their side, but it almost cost us game if druid did something or anything like that. Anyway, here I had to use my defensives because they were going nuts on us. Here I kinda failed to interrupt this cyclone, so our warrior got cyclone, so it's good because he didn't cyclone our healer, otherwise that could cost us game. Anyway, we are pumping the mage hard. I popped my ascendance, popped my thunder charge, and just had to use my grounding here, otherwise I would be dead, and poof, we managed to kill the mage. So we grabbed that 4th victory, and this game has warmed my heart so well because I managed to beat this shaman who was calling me noob and stuff, and he actually got the minus rating while I got plus, so it was a full win game for me. Here we are at the end of this solo shuffle. As you could see, it was pretty interesting one. Could it be better? Of course it could. If the elemental decided to use his defensive cooldown, we actually shouldn't be losing that one, and the first game was just too much for us, and warrior didn't do much in that game, so we lost. And to be honest, I think the monk healer was better there, so druid wasn't doing the full of his job in the first loss. So yeah, for 2 I'm pretty satisfied and got pretty decent amount of rating, because for 4 victories in a past couple of days I was actually managing to get minus ratings. So this solo shuffle system is getting so broken and annoying, but it is what it is. Anyway, you could see the presentation of this lava lash / ascendance build here, and it was pretty good in my opinion. The damage was on point, and I can freely say that damage is much better than with Storm Strike. Okay, not really much better, but you know, for like 20 to 30% for sure. So yeah, I would recommend anyone to play this spec. And again, if you are curious for seeing how this works in 1v1 fight, you can check my previous video where I did a few duels and fully explained the spec, how it works. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribing would be awesome to support me and my channel, and liking this video as well. So yeah, thank you all for watching and see you in the next one.